What can I say, man? The Great Lakes Gauntlet was an event that we were building up for 3 episodes strong. The event itself blew me away. From the vendors row to the people rolling in to the whole vibe and atmosphere.
The facility was immaculate. Plenty of places to park, plenty of places to camp. The space they had us set out for the CowRC and CowTech tent was phenomenal. We were right across from the built comp course. I mean, the built comp course was amazing. It was all kinds of different terrains, bridges, loops, spirals, rocks, dirt, mud. They had an off-road course. I mean, the Ring of Fire was amazing. And of course, the fans. I mean, before we got there, I did not expect there to be such a turnout as far as fans coming up to the CowTech booth. You know, we did a count. We had 70 folks ask us to clean their trucks. And we had everything from stuff that was covered in dirt to months old mud to just lightly dusted. So it was nice to see, you know, a variety and how we can use the products differently and how we could help people out. And I mean, the smiles on their faces were amazing.
The support that you guys gave CowRC and the products that we were able to showcase for you guys was second to none. And I got to say a heartfelt thanks to everybody that stopped by the booth, either for cleaning the kit or just inquiring about the products. We loved it either way. They got to see the whole gambit of what CowRC offers, from pit mats to lubrication to maintenance to the whole power wash and electronic scene. Everybody got to touch and feel some of the cool products that CowRC has to offer.
So no, nothing but great things to say. I would love to attend the event. Again, thank you so much to everybody at the Great Lakes Gauntlet. Really appreciate it. Had a great time, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Me and Tyler go live every 2 weeks on CowRC.com and the YouTube and Facebook pages. So please swing by, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we will be happy to answer all your questions. You ask, we answer live on CowTech.
Oh, I love seeing that video, man. We got to thank Tony from CCXRC, and extra footage was great. And honestly, when he came by, I was a little nervous with all his fancy stuff, and he definitely knows his stuff. And what a great guy! And thank you, Tony, for hooking us up. And welcome to CowTech episode 69. Can you believe it? Like, we're just flying along. Man, we're going to have heat on in no time.
That's right. We've accomplished a ton of stuff. I mean, this being our first, you know, the Gauntlet being our first like event, you know, setting up. We had our booth set up, we had banners. I mean, you know, banner behind me, and Adam, you've got yours behind. And we actually have some other ones that I need to get shipped back to Adam and Heath to show off as well. But I mean, geez, and having people like Tony. I mean, Tony spent like 20 minutes with us. I mean, he was just kind of very interested. I mean, he's, you know, an avid CowRC product user, but he was learning stuff as we're talking about it. I mean, and you're right, with his awesome equipment, and we had the microphones, all that good stuff. It felt like we were like on a news station. It was great.
It was definitely super cool, and super blessed to meet everybody. And the event and the way that we were welcomed was second to none. But man, have we got a stacked show. And the one thing that I'm noticing right off the hop is look at your bling bling. Like, that looks awesome in the carbon, I gotta say. And
it does. We will talk a lot about that tonight.
Yeah, we were hitting at it on the last episode. And the other thing I noticed, and I cannot wait to get mine from Bobby. Man, that looks awesome.
We'll show it off a little bit more. I turn down the lights here. So yeah, so what we're looking at here is, so Bobby Coleman, who is a CowRC factory team driver, he made these, designed them, printed them, and actually gave one to Adam and I. And we're actually going to give one out tonight to one of our prizes. So, you know, make sure once Adam throws up that hashtag, make sure you get in there. So that's, you know, getting one of these is one of the prizes. So comes with an awesome remote, you know, can change different colors. So we got, you know, red. There we go. Red. You can do, you know, make it flash, all that type of stuff, you know, different colors. Yellow.
So it'll match your theme no matter what it is. If you got the Patriot, you got the Dragon, you got the Reaper, you got the green streak, which of course I'm going to have green, but any color you want.
Yeah, it's any color you want. I mean, it's got a million buttons on this thing. On off, plugs in. So he did a fantastic job. I mean, it is professionally made. It's a 3D printed item. So he did a phenomenal job. So thank you so much, Bobby. Really appreciate you sending one over to me. I love it. So it's going to be on my CowTech desk every episode because it just, I mean, and I got to go back with the green. So this is phenomenal. I like it a ton.
Yeah. So one of the things that I have to say is I love our CowTech shirts, but I might actually have to bug Heat for a hoodie, CowTech hoodie, because it's starting to get a little chilly here up in Canada. I know you had a rainy day as well, but definitely looking forward to rocking the CowTech gear. I'm thinking might as well get a hoodie rocking too.
Well, I think we need CowRC hoodie gear. Some long sleeve tees, some hoodies. I mean, I think that's been one thing that's been missing from our collection of stuff for a while. So I hope that comes out sometime this fall.
Heck yeah. And as you guys can see, I'm in a transition mode right now. I am going to slowly transition my area over to better suit working on stuff for you guys live. So you're going to see this week, it's going to be a little bit better, but I guarantee once we work out all the bugs, you're going to see my area set up to the T's because I'm excited about trying to set it up and bring you guys bigger and better content. Once we switch over and start showing off the graphite and what we did to the modified and the late model, you guys are going to see the difference. A few of you guys got to experience it at the Gauntlet. Now we get to show it off real time. But you want to get to the news real quick before we start?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we're just kind of sharing a little bit of tidbits on some stuff here. So, just like last year, we partnered with Operation 11 Charlie to do a charity build giveaway. We are going to do that same thing this year, but we're going to mix it up a little bit. We gave away a Traxxas Max, had a, professionally wrapped body. And we had some upgrade wheels and tires, some different extended arms, all that type of stuff. So it was super fun, to do that. But we're going to do something a little bit different this year. We're not going to give any hints or anything like that, but we are going to start it kind of towards the next 4 to 6 weeks. Start talking about that, and of course, it'll be we're going to do a little bit of a different drawing. We're still going to have a drawing just like we did, we purchase tickets and we do a random draw, but we're going to do it a little bit differently this time. So we're always trying to change things up, make it fresh, make us a little bit unpredictable. So just look for that in the next 4 to 6 weeks. We'll start talking about that, and then we'll kind of keep going through with episodes as we go. So yeah, one thing there. Another thing we talked about, or we're going to talk about, is CowRC University. So what is CowRC University? So what it is it's kind of like a hybrid from CowTech, right? We're into this to educate everybody on the CowRC products, how to get our projects as best as possibly can, right? And so this is kind of a step where we have specially made videos that are going to show you different series, different fixes, so that way you can go back and refer yourself on how to do different. So it's going to be online, yeah. So kind of for that we'll get there in the next couple weeks, but it's sitting out there. So we got some episodes loaded up for you.
So this is the actual site that I'm sharing right now, and you guys can see it is going to be linked to our actual site, and it's going to have specific courses, and it'll have videos that will take you through how to use a specific product. So it'll be an awesome time to get that through and learn. Basically, like it says right at the top, knowledge is power. But definitely super cool. I noticed there was an echo here, and I apologize. Let me there we go. Now, you should be good now. I'm sorry.
Test.
Yeah, good. You're good now. I actually had the sound on the website, and it was just echoing back through there. I do apologize.
Good. Well, yeah, no, it's going to be really cool. That way you can kind of go back and take a look at it, and we'll have different things. So, like, if there are some subjects that you're interested in, let us know. Let us know on the show, and drop us a comment. And, once it kind of gets live, say, hey, I want to know how to do this. whatever you guys want to know is what we want to provide. So check out that. And then the last little bit of news is we have a new dealer that's kind of amongst the CowRC family, and that is Iron City RC Hobbies. So they're located in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. You can kind of visit them. Their website is www.ironcityrchobbies.com. So check them out. They've got a wide variety. Yep, there's our photo right there. Huge supply of CowRC products. Our core products, right? So most of our vendors and partners, they're selling the aerosols and the cleaners, usually the mats and things like that. You're going to buy that direct from CowRC or A-Main as well. So check them out. Again, Iron City RC Hobbies. So congratulations on being part of the family and welcome aboard.
Yeah, it's definitely cool when tracks and different crawler areas carry our product, because sometimes you just need it there. You run out this, that, or the other, and it's always good to have it on hand. So thank you for carrying the product. We definitely appreciate it. That's for sure.
Well, and the nice thing is, we talked to, one of the things we learned from the Gauntlet was, we ran into a lot of fans, a lot of customers that wanted to purchase something and of course, we weren't selling product. We were giving away a discount code and just kind of educating. So the one thing we found is that a lot of people just like to pay cash for things. They're not comfortable with online purchases and things like that. So that's why we partner with, smaller hobby shops. That way someone can go in that lives in that PA, the West Mifflin, PA area, go and buy our products that may not otherwise want to purchase online. So just a different avenue where we're being diverse about our sales.
Yeah. So Bobby was asking about Family RC. It is coming up this week, and I will be heading there. And I got more scale stuff for my my rig. I've been getting a lot of stuff for my crawler, which is probably driving everybody crazy, but definitely enjoying the new part of the hobby. I get to experience a whole bunch of I don't know. I'm really digging the scale look. I'm not gonna lie. To me, that is where it's at for me, and I'm really looking forward. I have my light kit in as well, so I'm going to be installing that. Yeah, so, and that was from Knights Custom. That's why I was kind of asking you about that earlier, why we had it coming up in the show a little bit later, and I was like, very cool. But yeah, definitely excited to mess around with the crawler a little bit more. But we definitely have a lot to show you with the dirt oval. I was lucky enough to go and race yesterday, and having the one all decked out with everything graphite was amazing. Everybody got to see the difference between the graphite, which is in the modified, and stock, which is in the late model. And what I'm going to share with you guys today is exactly what those differences are and how I was able to achieve it. But obviously the proof's in the pudding. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a full teardown of the modified to show you guys live what it actually looks like just running all the graphite. And now I put it in everything. I put it in the diff. I put it in the gears in the diff case. I put it in the bearings in the diff on the housings and stuff like that. I put it on, obviously, the drive shafts and the out drives, everything. So it is a little bit of a labor of love, but if you want max performance for a stock application, I'm telling you, it's where it's at. So we're going to tear it down live and let you guys see how well it held up live. So I'm excited to show it off. It is, it's pretty cool. And I don't know if we want to jump into that right now. I can switch the camera.
Yeah, we went through all the new stuff. So yeah, let's talk about the graphite. And if anybody doesn't know, what we're talking about, the Mooslick ultra thin or ultra light graphite coating is micronized coating, that we kind of came out with a couple months ago. So Adam's going to show you, it just basically goes through the Mooslick family of products. So check it out. And, I want to show up here, as we kind of do color versions for everything. It's the pink can. So when you go on the website, check that one out.
All right. So this is my modified. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull it apart for you guys live. And I'm just going to kind of hit on a few things here. and show off exactly what I'm talking about. So this thing just came off the track, and what I have here is basically, I'm going to try and spin it so you guys can see the back. Now you can see how quiet and smooth that is. Like there's basically no noise coming from there at all. So the rotation on this is so buttery smooth and quiet. Now, some of the carbon things, graphite things that I did was the drive shafts here, drive shafts here. Obviously, the whole gear case inside. I did everything in the transmission, including the dip. So what is it going to look like? Well, you know what? Let's get into it and see exactly what it looks like. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to start by pulling off the wheels real quick. And I apologize with how dirty it is. I literally raced this thing yesterday, and I was going to clean it today, but it rained all day. So I was just not in the mood to set up anything in the shop because I already had it semi-destroyed trying to get the new layout done for the show. And I can't wait to show you guys what the show is going to be like once I get the new stuff in.
Well, you're using your toys like they're supposed to be. I mean, you're putting them through the paces and you're doing testing and things like that. I mean, a lot of people, they're used to using oils and greases, and here you're using, micronized graphite. So it's something different, and you're showing that it actually works.
Yeah, and one thing that I wanted to say was, so this thing I used for about 45 minutes to an hour. So there was 3 qualifiers, and there was also one feature, and then the mains. So definitely got to keep that in mind. So it has about an hour's runtime total. Each qualifier was 5 minutes. And then after that, the feature, first feature was 5 minutes. And then, yeah, the dust. I like that comment from Trail Callers. I agree, because I have a whole new meaning for dirty now. That's
it's
sure.
Funny, when we went to the Gauntlet, you were just like amazed on how dirty RC vehicles could get.
Blown away.
So you have been spoiled.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can see that a little bit better now, but it is so smooth. Like, I don't know if you can see it rotating, but like there's basically no feel. Like I'm doing this just with like my pinkies, and it's so easy to move. I just wish there was a feel option on the actual thing. So I'm going to keep going here. There's just a couple more screws, and then you guys will actually see what I'm talking about here. And unfortunately, I don't have my 3D printed pockets yet. I do know they're in the States at my dad's house. I just have to find the time to make it over. I decided to go racing first instead of going to the States. So definitely excited about that.
Well, let me know when you need a minute to disassemble, and I can transfer over and start talking about that.
Yeah, so right now you're going to see this is how the diff comes out, and it is so super easy. It's insane how fast you can actually get to this stuff. So we have 2 more screws, and you will see, and I'm going to show off a little bit here. You can already see the graphite in here, which is super cool. I'm going to get it a little bit closer for you guys so you guys can see it right on video, because one of the things that I have learned is less is actually more when it comes to the graphite. You want to make sure that you spray it on like paint. We've showed you guys multiple times on how to correctly do it, but this is, like I said, about an hour's worth of run time. So now the diff is ready to come out, and I'm going to show it to you live. Let me put it on white so you can actually see. There you go. So there it is right there. and you can see the graphite still on the teeth. Let me see if I can get it zoomed in here for you.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Okay, so you can see it still?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to center it on the camera for the mobile, but I can't see the screen, so hopefully you guys can see it pretty good. But you can see it still in the teeth. The one thing is, this is only an hour's worth of run time, so keep that in mind. The one other thing that I wanted to show you guys, which I'm excited to see, is I actually put graphite inside the diff, which is just insane because not a lot of people would do this. And I have to put a caveat in here. I am only doing this because it is a stock class. I want to have maximum performance, and this has not disappointed. Now, I haven't seen any significant wear. I haven't seen any damage yet, knock on wood. But the one thing that I do want to say is that if you give it a little bit of love, a little bit of elbow grease, it will perform a little bit better than the conventional stuff. Now, I was using the Moose-Slick ultralight grease, and honestly, I had no issues with that. This just seems to help out that little bit more. So now you can see the graphite is still actually wet. I'm surprised because,
really?
Yeah, I did go. Let me see if I can zoom in here for you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh, yeah, you can see it in there.
Yeah, you can? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still wet. I am blown away.
So you
I
didn't
did
put any
put
silicone in there. That's just graphite.
that is just the graphite only. And what I'm going to do is when you're talking about the awesome carbon matte inserts, I'm going to take apart the late model and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I applied it and was able to get it to the next level. This right here so it would have been Friday night that I went and rebuilt this because I knew that I was going to be going and racing on Saturday. And I wanted to make sure everything was fresh. The thing is, when you're running the graphite, you want to make sure that everything is good to go. You don't want to run it for extended periods. I don't recommend it for bashing. I definitely recommend it for all stock applications. Like I said, I had it in the bearings and everything like that. Now you can see, hopefully, the graphite still on the outdrives.
Yeah. Now talk about the bashing for a moment, Adam, because there was a couple comments about bashers and different terrains, and you just mentioned that. So kind of go over that because we want to make sure that people are utilizing the graphite correctly, because it does not apply to every genre of RC.
Absolutely not. So this was just a test, and I wasn't 100% sure what the results were going to be. Obviously, like I said, I was using the Moose-Slick Ultralight grease and loved it. I already felt the performance increase from that. I was using the ultralight oil on all my bearings, and it was actually an amazing product, and it worked fantastically. I wanted maximum performance, okay? And I was willing to sacrifice the extra work and maintenance that it requires in order to do that. So what I did was I actually prepped everything using, I don't know if you can see that, the Move Clean electronics cleaner, and basically just got everything ready to apply the graphite to. Once I started applying the graphite, you have to do it in like spray paint motions, very, very light, and it basically sets super quick. Now, this application here on the gears and stuff like that, where you can see it's still wet, I actually put 3 coatings on it, and I'm surprised that it's still wet. I'm going to tell you guys that the last 3 times that I tested with that, it was dry inside there. It was not wet. So I am super shocked that this is showing wet. It was like basically the same thing.
Something real quick. He said he thinks it's the light reflection. So he said it is not going to be wet.
But believe it or not, oh yeah, no, he could be right. Yeah, it is the light.
Yeah, it does go on like a paint, right? It's not like an oil or grease that stays.
No, actually,
moist.
I'm surprised. Yeah, because it is just the light reflecting off of it. Sorry about that.
Well, and that's the cool thing with. I mean, that's like the neat thing and how different it is it actually has. That's why we call it micronized graphite. 'Cause it's the ultra fine graphite coating because it actually has bits of graphite in it. I mean, basically have aerosol material and graphite bits in it. So that's what's coming out of the nozzle. That's why, like Adam's talking about, it's so important to shake it up extremely thoroughly because everything is going to it's the graphite so much denser than the aerosol material. It's going to settle at the bottom of the can. So it's super important to shake that like crazy.
Like crazy. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
And honestly, the one thing that I did really like was that on the bearings, seeing them spin it's amazing. Like I know it looks dirty just because I got some on the housing, but this thing is still spinning. So like it's crazy how smooth these bearings actually are with just a little bit of graphite. Now I've been keeping close eye on it, and I know we were talking about the bashing portion of it. The bashing portion, I'm telling you, utter butter all the way. Not only is it going to give you that protection for the bigger KV motors, the more power that you're putting through it, but definitely will protect it to the max. Now, I know I was using some of the ultralight grease and cutting down the utter butter for my bashing, but honestly, if I want 100% protection, I'm going utter butter all the way. And you will see in most of my bashers, including the X-Max and stuff like that, with the utter butter, you just put a little bit on the gears and it stays put. You don't have that fling. You don't have it deteriorating. It adds that little bit of not water resistance, I'm going to say. It doesn't make it waterproof, but it definitely helps out for things like that. Whereas the carbon is very particular. It's only recommended if you're looking for that final tenth or two. I seen somebody was commenting about the speed runs, and now that I've tried it in this application, I'm dying to know if anybody has tried it in a drag application because because you figure drag
in here to tell us.
Yeah, 2 seconds or less, right? So I feel that the drag application might be the next thing that I'm probably going to try. I did try it on my shock shafts, and it wasn't what I expected, so I don't recommend doing it on the shock shafts. It did contaminate the fluid because the particles did actually go through and contaminate it into the oil. So
I did the same thing.
Oh, you tried it too? Yeah.
I tried. That was honestly one of the first things I did with it. Cause I'm like, oh, this will be, real smooth. And I'm like, oh, that was a mistake.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? You learn by your mistakes the most, and we're willing to do it for you. Definitely super cool. Heat buildup will hurt it. That's why I wanted to throw the caveat out there. I'm only doing about, I don't know, a 1 minute to 2 minute warm up plus the 5 minute qualifier. So throughout the whole day, I think I got about an hour's run time out of this kit the way it sits right now. So you guys got to see me pull it apart right after a full race day. And you can see it's a little dirty, but there's nothing that flung off. The graphite stays exactly where you put it. And once Tyler switches over to his stuff, it'll be pretty cool because you're going to see how I'm going to apply it to the late model. So we'll have the same performance advantages that we had from the modified.
Yeah, I mean, and Heath put up a comment here. He said, great for drag, great for speed run applications. Just proceed with caution and understand the limitations and trade-offs. And that's exactly it. I mean, and kind of going back to the, the basher, comment versus the oval car stuff. I mean, oval car, you're looking for every edge, especially when you're doing stock. You're trying to get that you're hoping the guy next to you isn't using the ultrafine graphite coating, because you're trying to just get that little extra edge and shaving tenths of a second. When you're bashing, you're looking for long protection, right? You're looking for something you're not going to have to mess with, because time doesn't matter, to you. You're trying to achieve different, aspects of the RC hobby. Even same thing with, crawlers. You're not going to put that in your transmission. You might use it on some, drive shafts or CV axles, but you're not going to put it in your transmission or your diffs. But but I do think, like Adam said, and he said, drag is going to be sweet, because you're running for 2 seconds, and even speed runs. I mean, you're not really running for maybe more than 10 seconds, because those things are going 200 miles an hour. So it's a lot of bit, a little bit different. But like Keith mentioned, it's just testing out and just knowing the limitations, because with less of that tackiness, you're kind of suffering a little bit of exposure for heat and friction.
Yeah, for sure. And like he said, the trade-off here is definitely going to be more maintenance. If you're not willing to take it apart, go through and check it,
right,
you might run into an issue. I don't know how long this will last. If I was to keep running it over and over, weekend after weekend, without checking it, will I have that heat buildup? Will I have the issue upstream? That I don't know. That's why I want maximum performance. I'm going to go through it every time I go to the track. I know what I'm expecting out of a stock kit. Everybody knows that when you're running stock, it's one on the bench. Any little speed secret that you could potentially eke out of the kit is going to benefit you big time. And this new graphite is the secret sauce so far from what I have found. And I can't wait to show you exactly what I'm going to do to a few of the key items. Like, I'm going to show you how I apply it to the drive shafts, and I'm going to show you how I applied it to the gears and the actual diff itself. So you're going to see it go on as soon as we start ripping into this one. And I'm going to actually pull apart the transmission on this one so you can see the whole inside as well.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and I think Tom and Bobby talked about 1RC, definitely a smaller scale than what you're working with. And so it sounds like they're having success with that type of class.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Honestly, just experiment, but experiment with caution, because this is a brand new product to us, and we want to make sure that we have the best possible performance that we can in order to ensure that no damage comes to your kits or whatnot. So definitely proceed with caution, but man, I've been having fun doing it. That's for sure. All right. You want to show off your stuff?
Yeah. Let's do while you're doing a breakdown there. And I still got the little picture up so we can, people can take a look at what you're tearing down, but wanted to get into sharing with you guys what we teased a little bit 2 weeks ago. Was the Carbon Series upgrade kit. So this idea, and we've used this name already because he's a 3D printing genius, is Bobby Coleman, right? So Bobby came up with this idea, and what this idea is, it's these little inserts. So these are 3D printed inserts, and so what CowRC did is CowRC took Bobby's idea and partnered with At Ease RC, which is owned by Jeremy Kilburn. He's probably in the chat, as I saw him commenting before, and he is 3D printing these inserts for us exclusively. So Bobby came with the design, and CowRC kind of partnered with Jeremy and kind of perfected it, kind of made some tweaks and things like that. And I kind of wanted to show you, the details of what we're talking about here. And other thing is, if you're familiar with At Ease RC, Jeremy is also the one that is printing the carbon fiber print upgrades for our stainless ultrasonic cleaner. So our grates and our tops, he's the designer and creator of these, who prints all of these for us that we sell on our website. So shout out to Jeremy. And he may comment on some things as we go through. I see he's already doing there. So perfect. So anyways, what we're doing is doing this in 3 different sizes. So you see, I've got the medium size here, which is the 12 by 16, the big one out here, which is the 24 by 30. And then we will have ones for the small, little 5.5 by 8. So if you check out our website, we have the big one, which is this one out here, on site right now for pre-order. So if you go through and pre-order, you're going to save, this big one retails for is $35. The pre-order is $30. So you really have until the end of the day tomorrow, maybe the next day, but really end of the day tomorrow to save yourselves $5 on this pre-order for the large one. The large one's the only one that's out on sale right now, which is a 24 by 30. Save yourself $5 in the pre-order. They're going to come out in November, probably mid-November. So you should see those, probably about 4 weeks will be delivered to you. And then when we start getting the medium-sized one, the 12 by 16, that'll go out for sale. We're not going to do a pre-order on that one. That'll be about mid-November. And then the small one, no pre-order on this guy, but that'll be about mid-December, so before the holidays. So kind of check those out if you're interested in upgrading these as well. You can go through and kind of track on the website for those. And also, of course, as always, you can use our CowTech code for 10% off. That's in addition to the pre-order savings of $5. So like when you go through and pre-order things, it's already listed as price. You don't have to have a code or anything like that. So if you go in before the end of the day tomorrow, buy the large Carbon Series upgrade kit, you're going to save yourself $5. Put that CowTech code and you save yourself 10% in addition to that. So hopefully that makes sense. So let's kind of go through what this all means for us. So we are offering this in white in color. So all the different sizes are white. And the reason we're doing them in white only is because really the contrast between the screws and the 3D printing, right? So the downside with the Carbon Series is, when you put, let's just throw this little one on here, when you put regular metal screws on it, it kind of, they hide, right? They're in the corners. They're not super seeable. But when you put them on top of a white contrast, now you see everything, just like the magnetics inserts. So everything pops. So that's why I went through the white. I mean, it looks awesome as it is, but that's really the reason that we chose white over any other color. So white is the available color that we have here. So what we designed these to do is really be a very snug fit. So we wanted these to be interchangeable. So what you're going to do is, you can take one, move it over the other side, and change it over. So it's really as simple as that. There's nothing crazy to it. They fit nice and snug. So that way you can't necessarily tilt the mat upside down, but you leave it up here. It's going to stay in place. You pick it up. It's going to be kind of hanging in place. So they're nice, snug fit. You will notice the corners, and I'm using the medium size. I'll get to the large size. They have the corner profile. So they're going to fit interchangeably, but in the opposite corner side. So obviously as these fit, they're going to go like that. Now we did a little bit of a different thing with the large size. Let me move my camera so you can see that a little bit better. Here we go. So we got the corner size here. So you'll notice the corner actually comes in 2 pieces. And the cool thing exclusive to the large mat is magnetic. So you won't see, this is a prototype size, but we put in the corners, we have magnets. And these are actually embedded into the 3D print product. So they're not going to be shown, exposed like this one, but it will be magnetic. So, as I just did that, pick it up, it's going to pick up. So the nice thing with the reason we did these in 2 sizes, or I should say 2 parts, is because now you can change these to the opposite sides, any corner on the mat. So you don't have to do, to the side or towards the opposite corner. It can just go from any corner to one side. So it's really kind of I'll call it, it's very interchangeable. So it's more user friendly. And the reason we decided we wanted to do that is because when you're working on different projects, right? Like let's just say you've got a vehicle you've got working on here, you know, you're doing something here, and you've got all your parts for this vehicle on the side. And you say, hey, you know, I'm not really into this vehicle anymore. I'm going to put it to the side. I'm waiting for a part, whatever. You can now take all of these and move them, you know, to the other side. Or if you got more than one Carbon Series mat, you can move them to a different mat and have a new project. So that's really why we're focused on having the interchangeable pieces to go back and forth. So that way, you know, it just makes things more, I guess, user friendly. So yeah, that's kind of like a big kind of high level rundown on this. Let me see, make sure I got everything. Oh, the other nice thing, let me see if I can get in more detailed. So, and actually let me get a smaller, because I'll do these smaller sizes. So chamfer corner. So the devil's in the details here. And it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but you can see the inside corners. They're chamfered, meaning they're rolled edges. They're not like a square edge. And for something that's this small, like an 8 scale or 18 scale, 24 scale screws, those are just easier to get them out of the corners. So you don't get them stuck in the corners. You're not digging for them. You just pull them right out. You know, so they're easy to get out. It's just another one of those little design details that came up in collaboration, just to make sure, you know, it's easier to work for everybody else. And then, other thing, pocket size increase. So you can kind of see how these, let me zoom in there. So you can kind of see how these pockets are actually raised up above the edge of the Carbon Series border. So they raise about 15% more. So what you're doing is you're getting extra volume. So you can put more screws in there, bigger screws, you know, anything you really want. So it's kind of giving you an extra little tray. I mean, really what these are is just a tray, right? So you're taking this tray, moving screws around, switching things around, popping it back in. It's very, very simple. So, and then the reason we kind of just did the corners as magnetic only, just economics, really. So we didn't feel like all of the pockets need to have magnets. So we chose the corners. That way it was just kind of more of a more identifiable section of the mat. So that way you can put your screws in there. They're stuck on here. They're not going to come off, and kind of keep with that magnetic theme. Now the magnetics are only for the larger, you know, the 24 by 30 Carbon Series mats. So just kind of keep that in mind. The other sizes, just economics, aren't going to make it viable to put magnets in those. And then last but not least, so you will be able to, once all these upgrade kits come out and they're really ready to go, you will be able to upgrade your purchase of a Carbon Series mat. And you can actually, you save some money. They save 25% off at the time of purchase. So if you were to go in and purchase Carbon Series mat, you can actually add this, just like you would add like a magnetics or a solder mat. This is kind of the same deal where you're just kind of upgrading. So we don't have that quite out yet, but that's just something to come up with. So if you're, you know, and a kind of a purpose of that is if you want to buy 2 different Carbon Series mats, you can upgrade now. So you're changing, like I kind of mentioned, changing from, you know, one side to the other. So for different projects. So hopefully that makes sense. And I wanted to kind of just scan through. I didn't get a chance to take a look at the comments to see.
A lot of people were saying like how cool it was that you could interchange them and use one for each different kit. And it would be cheaper than having multiple mats, which you mentioned as well. It was super cool to see that. I think a lot of people are pretty cool. The one question that Tom had was, are they chemical friendly?
So that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. Let me see. Jeremy sent me some notes. Let me see if I can find that real quick. That might be. So I could probably tell you what they're for printed out of, or maybe not. So I did see. So what we did talk about is, so you can put these in the ultrasonic cleaner. So let's bring this out here. So it's made at least of 3D printed material that's sturdy enough to throw in the ultrasonic cleaner. So you can do that. And you can actually also sand them down. So what Jeremy recommended is if you did a light sanding with a 320 grit, sandpaper, you can get any type of grease or things like that, off of this. So those are the two items he kind of wrote down for me to, actually mention as far as, oh, I see here it goes. It's PLA Plus 2.0. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the guy with the answers there. But
that's right. That's a good question.
Yeah. We have to, before I show the application of the graphite, we got to bring up this real quick.
Ah, yes. Cow Light. I like it.
Oh, I like yours. I can't wait to get mine on the show.
Yes. Thanks again, Bobby. These things are kick-ass. I love it.
So one prize is going to be the cool light that Bobby made for the show. You guys have your chance at winning one, which is super cool. And what I want to do is once you guys start getting the cow light in, what I want to do is I'm going to show you this right here. Let me just do this. Boom. All right. So this is the stock one. And what I would do with this is normally I would throw it in the ultrasonic cleaner and clean it off. But for the show, I don't have enough time. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it real quick with electronics cleaner. And then I'm going to show you exactly how to put the graphite on. The graphite is super important. Obviously, shake, shake, shake. I can't stress that enough. I know it's probably a little annoying at the moment. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys was this right here. This is the stock grease, and you can see it flung all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And it's super dirty and broken down. And there's actually none on the gear itself. So if you look at the gear, there's like only a little bit of grease because I hit it on the way out. But there's literally no grease on the gear, which is kind of funny because you would want the grease on the gear. Call me crazy, but
kind of the point.
it's kind of the point. But basically, what I'll do is I'll show you the way that I'll put it on these items here, and then it'll be a nice little demo. Anyways, I will move it over. So if you want to switch back to your camera real quick, I will get it set up.
Let's do that. Yeah. So anyways, going back, I probably didn't show enough of the big, big side of this. So kind of when I was talking about going from like one side to the other, right? So we have these corners that are you don't need to be mirrored, right? So you can actually take these and switch them from corner to corner. So it's all about like versatility of what you're doing. That's why we actually had these corners split in two. And actually the one thing I did forget to mention, I had it all set up, is I wanted to show our scale items, since Adam's getting into the scale life.
Yeah.
And Jeremy is on the chat. I wanted to show our scale items, our CowRC scale, RC maintenance products here. So as you can kind of see, we've got all of these. So Jeremy with Addy's RC, he prints these. These are actually designed by Night Customs. Night Customs sells the file, so you can print these your own. But Jeremy, through Addy's RC on his Etsy site, has the file, and he is authorized printer for Night Customs. And he'll actually also include the labels as well. So the kit comes with the 4 aerosols with labels, the Utter Butter, Moo Clean Part and Chassis Wash, Hide Wipes. So this is probably my favorite one here. There we go. Maybe not so blurry. And the Jet Blaster Turbo. The other awesome thing comes with a mini Carbon Series mat that we were just talking about, with an actual magnetic sheet. So a really thin magnetic sheet. So check that out. It's Addy's RC on Etsy. You can order these with the labels, or just sticky labels or stickies, just like you'd find any RC kit. But check that out. Super nice. Quality is excellent, as you would expect. So just wanted to throw that out there because I love it.
All right. So if you come back to me, I have it all set up.
Yep. Let me switch you over here. And here's a link for Eddie's RC Etsy site. Thank you for putting that up here.
All right, so I just hit these with the electronics cleaner real quick, just to make sure I got all the little bit of grease and all that off. And you can see how fast this is evaporating. And then I got the shafts right here as well. And basically what I'm going to do is make sure you shake this good. And I'm just going to show you just a little demo. You can see it and how fast it. Here, let me do it a little bit over here so you can see.
Yeah, I'll pull that off there. Yep.
There you go. And you can see you just want to apply it just like spray paint. So I'm just going to go over, boom, like that. And look at how fast it dries. Same thing with the drive shafts over here. Nice and quick, just like spray paint. And less is more here. Now I'm just going to flip it over real quick. And you can see how fast it actually evaporates. And now, hopefully, you can see. Actually, it's right.
Yeah.
Can you see there?
Yeah, you can see the matte finish.
Yeah, and it dries extremely quick. And now you're going to be completely protected. And if you look at the gears, I'll see if I can.
Yeah, and one thing, and I know someone mentioned the comment, which is very critical, is make sure, see how Adam's on an old table, right? You do not want to spray this, even on your Carbon Series mats. You want to have towels or an old table or something like that, because it comes out black. And it is literally spray paint. I mean, I shouldn't say literally spray paint. It looks like spray paint. It is going to stay there like spray paint. So, do not use any of your CowRC mats to spray this on. Make sure it's somewhere you're not going to get overspray on. It's going to get on your hands, that type of stuff. So just be prepared. It's very different. Obviously, that's one of the downsides to it, right? It's an extreme, I'll call it, for extreme performance when you're talking about tenths of a second and you're looking for that extra edge. But just be careful when you're using it, because it will get on things. It will overspray. Obviously, if you have it looks nice when it's on Adam's black machine parts, but when you put on colored plastics, it's going to leave that black the black graphite. So just be careful, that way you know about it.
Yeah, definitely use something like, I even had a cardboard box that we brought with us on site, and that was phenomenal. And then you can just throw out the cardboard box once you're done with it and stuff like that. But definitely be careful with things like that. Super effective, and you guys seen how quickly it dries, and it basically adheres to everything. So that's why I have a dirty table and I have my clean table. And when we set up for the show, I'm actually going to have 3 different areas. I'm going to have the podcast area, my actual build area where I work on all my stuff, which is like literally right in front. I know you guys can't see it, but it's basically where I hang out most of the time. The cool thing is, Heath was nice enough to hook us up with custom headers a while back, and I got my Ethan's pit area set up, and Michaela likes to be off on her own a little bit. She's got her own custom table and set up a little to the right, so it's definitely lucky doing it as a family and having fun with it. But I got to tell you guys, if you do go the graphite route, please make sure you inspect your parts. You want to make sure that you're going over it and you're not leaving it for months at a time. I've only tested it for, I'm going to say the longest I've run it is probably an hour and a half. And that's when I was first initially doing it. Shake that can of graphite is no joke. Definitely shake that thing up. It was probably a little annoying for you guys. I do apologize. But yes, it is super important to have that shaken for sure.
Yeah, some good comments. Appreciate all the insight. I mean, it sounds like a lot of people have been using the graphite, and they They know, kind of what to work with and how to use it properly. So that's awesome. So Adam and I spent quite a few different episodes talking about this off and on. Even, the first time I used it on the CowTech show, I wasn't shaking it up enough, and it was coming out clear. So when you'll kind of know if you don't shake it up, it's going to come out clear, and you're going to think, oh, because maybe if you're using a table like Adam's, it's black, and you put it on black parts, you're thinking it's working. Well, it's not. So just do a quick pre-spray on a piece of cardboard, like Adam said, or a shop towel, just to know that you want a flat black. It needs what's going to come out wet, right? So it's going to come out as a glossy black, but it's going to within 5 seconds dry to a matte black. So check that out before you spray it, because what will end up happening is if you don't shake it and you spray out all that aerosol, well, now you're just left with a can of powder. That you're never going to get out, and it's not going to apply anything anyway. So you're wasting the product. So learn from our mistakes and our trials and errors.
Yeah, for sure. So Vinny, I've been applying it after every race weekend. So that's what I mean by sacrificing a little bit of elbow grease for maximum performance. If you want to get the most out of a stock kit, it's the people that do the secret stuff that usually get the best performance out of it. And I'm not scared to try just about anything on the stock kits. That's why I was so happy and excited when he offered me to try the Moose Slick Ultra Thin Oil with PTFE for bearings. Dude, I took apart every single bearing I owned on the kit, and I think we did that on an episode, actually. Yeah, and I showed everybody how to make sure you can maximize your rolling resistance, because every time you can increase the stock product, obviously you can't change it out.
Oh yeah.
But if you can do that, you are going to be one fast mofo, especially in oval. And I know Tom has tried a few tricks in his stock oval racing as well that he has definitely helped out on the fan page. So if you're not following us on the fan page, please do so as well. And if you could, give us a like and a subscribe. I know we never say it enough, but it definitely helps get the word out there for sure.
Well, it's working because we got 51, at least 51 people. Check the let's kind of start getting into we're getting to the top of the hour. So let's check out the hashtag and make sure everybody's doing hashtag
Instagram. I forgot, guys, the hashtag or girls, both. Anybody on Instagram, there is 28 people on Instagram right now. Please make sure if you do comment, make sure you do it on either YouTube or Facebook. That way you will be entered in to win, because right now we got 41 and we got 51 online. So definitely get the hashtags in, especially for this one, man. You're going to win a whole thing of graphite, and one lucky person's going to win that smoking cool light there. Like, that is awesome. Thank you to Bob for that, because definitely I can't wait to get mine. I'm all about the neon lights and all the stuff. You guys can see that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
it goes with your theme, especially the green. I know it's got green, and the green's really good. So
it's got green. Yeah, so we will definitely bring this up, and I can't believe how fast this show went today.
Well, it's quite a few people. I appreciate the interaction from everybody. I mean, it sounds like you guys are, really giving a whole lot of good questions, a lot of great insight based on your, personal knowledge about the product, especially the graphite coating. So that's awesome. I'm glad everybody's trying it.
Yeah, high five the team or tickle out and hit the thummy thing. Yes. Thank you. Definitely like and subscribe. That is for sure. But how about we give away some stuff?
Yeah, let's do the graphite first in case there's a few. It looks like a couple other people. So we got 42, it looks like. So a couple people are straggling. Let's do the graphite first.
Here is for the graphite. Bruce, I think you're in, but you can do it as many times as you want. It will only enter you in one time. So hashtag it one more time. And I'll wait 1 sec. Oh, Bob, no, man, I thank you, man. I cannot wait to have that light on my pit table. I'm gonna bring it everywhere for sure. But we are getting ready to draw. Good luck, everybody. First one is for the graphite. Oh, 2 got in at the last second. Good luck.
Feel like we're giving away the charity build. Dennis, man, I haven't seen this name up here in a while.
No, sir.
Excellent. Congratulations, Dennis. You got yourself a can of Mooselik Ultra Fine Graphite Coating.
Heck yeah, man. The new pink is popping, that's for sure. All right. Hey, good luck, everybody. This is for the awesome pit light, man.
Yeah, this is for the pit light by Bob.
Heck yeah.
Oh, Bruce.
He wasn't sure if his comment was getting in. There you go.
Yeah.
See, you just have to have the right comment, and you're in apparently. But congratulations, everybody. Definitely super cool. I appreciate you guys following along, and hopefully you guys understand the importance of checking if you are going to go the graphite route. If you do have any questions, hit me up on Facebook, Messenger, PM, anything like that. I will help you out to the best of my ability. I love sharing the knowledge, and thank you guys for following along. What a great show. I can't believe we're up on the hour already. It's odd when I get the wrench actually on the show. It was a lot of fun for sure. And thank you, Tyler, for taking the reins there. And hopefully everybody enjoyed it as much as we did. We will see you guys in 2 short weeks, and I can't wait.
The pre-order for the large Carbon Series upgrade kit expires end of the day tomorrow to save yourself $5. So, and also
use code CowTech at checkout, right, for $5.
Yep, you save extra on the additional of that. So, don't wait.
Heck yeah. All right, everybody, have a good one, and we will see you episode 70 coming in hot. Bye for now.
See ya.
Oh.